Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, let us see one of the previous question on K-map. The question is minimize the following 4 variable Boolean function using K-map method and implement the same using NAND logic. So after minimizing this particular expression, we need to realize that particular expression with the help of NAND logic. So you already know the 4 variable K-map and how to represent the sequence and the cell numbers. Now the next thing is you need to place 1 in this corresponding cell numbers. Cell numbers are nothing but these are mapped to the minterms, and these minterms are true minterms for which f equal to 1. So you can place 1, let me use other color, 1 in 0 cell, and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 13 and 15. So let us use grouping. So now you can start with this 4, 5, 6, 7, which will make a quad 1. Next one is cell number 8, 10, 2 and 0. These 4 are adjacent to each other and this will make a quad, that is quad 2. In one of the video I have explained how these corner cells are adjacent to each other and what is adjacent cells and what is adjacency meaning. If you don't watch, you can watch that video in the same playlist. So now this is quad 2 and we left with this 13 and 15. So you can combine these two with 5 and 7 so that you can make a quad, that is quad 3. So now we are left with no ones, so that means no need to look for other groups or other pairs. So now quad 2, let us write the terms. First we will start with quad 1. Quad 1 term, quad 1 is covering all the columns, so that means you need not to write the CD term. Just look at the row, that is A bar B. Now quad 3 is covering 2 rows and 2 columns. The 2 rows are A bar B and AB, out of which A bar A, that means A variable is varying, B is fixed as normal form. So you can write B. Then it is also covering 2 columns, that is C bar D and CD. That means C is changing, D is fixed as D. Now quad 2 is sharing 2 rows, that is 0 0 and 1 0, 0 0 1 0. So B is fixed as B bar. Next, to look at these 2 columns, C bar D bar and C D bar. So fixed one is D bar. So whenever you are writing this particular prime implicant from the group, just look at the rows and columns which are shared by that particular group, and whatever the variable is changing, you need not to write, or you can eliminate that variable, and whatever the variable is fixed, you need to write that particular variable, and whatever the form it is maintaining, you need to write in that form. That means whether it is normal form or complement form, so that the final expression, minimized expression, f equal to A bar B, B bar D bar plus BD, right? So this is the expression. So some students may start the same K-map minimization in other way. Let me see. Let us draw the 4 variable K-map. Four columns and 4 rows. This one is same AB, CD, 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0, 0 0 0 1 1 1 and 1 0. This is unit distance code, gray code, right? A bar B bar, A bar B, AB and AB bar. Right. Next one is C bar D bar, C bar D, C D, C D bar. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Same thing, now you can replace or you can place 1 in 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 13, 15, 8 and 10. So let us see the other possibility of grouping. So now in this case, one student can start like this: 5, 7, 13, 15. You can make a quad. Let us call it as a quad 1. Next, quad 2 is these corners, because there is no other possibility of grouping these corner cells. That means cell number 8 and 10 can be grouped in only one way, that is quad 2. Here also the same thing, quad 2. Okay, so if you try like n number of ways, but if you are having only one way to group any particular cells, that particular group is nothing but essential prime implicant. So that means here this B bar, D bar, whatever this corner group, that is essential, because in both the cases you have only that option, right? In that way only you can cover these 4 corners. Now one more possibility is 0, 4 and 2, 6. Right, when you fold like this, like in vertical manner, this 0, 4 and 2, 6 will touch together, then these 4 will make a quad. So let me write it as a quad 3. Right, here quad 1 is also essential. Right, here we are calling it as a quad 1, in the previous case we called it as a quad 3, but in both the cases we are using this group. There is no other chance, right? There is no other thinking, there is no other way to cover this 13th cell and 15th cell. So in that case you can call this particular group as a essential. So here quad 3 is essential prime implicant, here quad 1 is essential prime implicant, here quad 2 essential prime implicant, here also we represented as a quad 2, so which is also essential. But here whatever this particular group, this is not essential, and this one, this quad 3 is also not essential. So here you can write F is equal to quad 1. I mean, we need to write the corresponding prime implicant, just I am writing the quads. Quad 1 is nothing but, yes, it is similar to this quad 3, so it will give BD plus quad 2, here also it is quad 2, so you will get B bar D bar. So the only thing we need to write is quad 3. Quad 3 is related to, let me use red color, this one, right? So this one is covering 2 rows, 0, 0 and 0, 1, out of which 0 is constant, that is A bar, and it is also covering 2 columns, C bar, D bar and C D bar, that means D bar is constant, right? So for this expression, these two are valid, these two are minimized expressions, minimized Boolean expressions. These two will give same answer, right? So for our understanding, here you can write what are essential. Essential prime implicants are A bar, sorry, BD, comma B bar D bar are essential, because in both the function these two terms are mandatory, right? You cannot escape these two, so these are essential. Next, non-essential prime implicants are A bar B and A bar T bar. Okay, out of this non-essential prime implicant, in the first case we have used A bar B. If you are considering A bar B as, like if you are taking this A bar B into consideration, you can remove this A bar D bar. That A bar D bar is nothing but your redundant prime implicant in that case, right? But here what is the redundant? A bar B is redundant, right? So this thing you can observe from the figure also. You can observe from the figure, like let me explain this, right? So here why you are not considering this extra group, that is 2 6 and 0 4, because by that time already this cell number 0, cell number 2 and cell number 4 and cell number 6 all are covered. That is the reason we are not considering this extra group, because we are started with quad 1. So that means we are not having any thinking, any thought process to group these particular cells, because all these cells are covered, right? In the second case, we are started with the middle one and then we go with the corners. Then we thought grouping of these particular 2 and these particular 2 and 6 and 0 and 4. So for that reason, you are not grouping the 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means out of non-essential prime implicants, this A bar B and A bar D bar, if you are considering one A bar B into consideration, then A bar D bar will be redundant. If you are considering A bar D bar, then A bar B will become redundant, right? So these two are valid. Now let us consider any one and let us do the remaining problem, that is, and implement the same using NAND logic. So that means you need to consider this f equal to bd plus b bar d bar plus a bar b. This is the expression. Now we need to realize this using NAND logic. The procedure is, you can do in two ways. The one way is very straightforward. First, implement this particular expression with the help of AND OR logic. Then you can use the logic gates analysis, the conversion, logic gate conversions, to convert this AND OR logic to NAND logic. So for that I am using normal AND OR logic. I need one OR gate to get F, and this OR gate is consisting of 3 inputs, right? One input must be BD, and second input must be B bar D bar, and third input must be A bar B. So here you need a AND gate with inputs B, T. Here you require a AND gate with inputs B bar, D bar. Now here you require one more AND gate with inputs A bar and B. Okay. So let me use this space to explain further, right? So now we need NAND logic, right? So what is NAND logic? NAND gate is like this, right? If you are giving XY, you have to get XY bar. Now the question is, we need to realize this F, but with the help of NAND logic only. That means this circuit must consisting of only NAND gates. So now what is our work, or what is our duty? We need to convert these AND gates to NAND gates, and this OR gate is also we need to convert to NAND gate. For that we need some conversion between OR and to NAND. So for that you can use this, that is bubbled OR gate. That means if you are giving XY to OR gate with bubble is nothing but you are inverting, right? You are not giving this X as it is, you are converting X and giving to OR gate. So that means this OR gate is getting X bar plus Y bar. This X bar plus Y bar is nothing but your XY bar. So that means bubbled OR gate is equal to your NAND gate. So if you have any bubbled OR gate in the already drawn circuit, you can replace that with NAND gate. But for this OR gate, there is no bubble, right, at input. If I want to add bubble here, to compensate this bubble, you can add one more bubble here. Anywhere you can add. Bubble is nothing but your NOT gate only, don't confuse. If I am representing like this, this is nothing but your NOT gate. Okay. So now you take this bubble to the output of this AND gate. Then let me read write so that you can understand easily. So if I redraw, I am considering bubble towards AND gate, and this will be given to the OR gate, and this is F, right? B, D, B bar, D bar, A bar, B. So what we have done, just we have a input line, one line is there. For this line we added a inverter. To compensate this inverter, I have added one more inverter. Okay, one inverter is attached to the AND gate, and this inverter is given to the input of this OR gate. Now this is nothing but your bubbled OR gate. So that means I can replace this with a NAND gate. I can replace this with a NAND gate. Right. So now you look at the circuit. So the same circuit, the two circuits are same, right? These two circuits are same, right? But this particular circuit is consisting of only NAND gates, only NAND logic. Of course, you have inverter here, B bar and D bar. This B bar and D bar can also get with the help of NAND gate. If you give B to NAND gate, that is nothing but B bar. If you give D to NAND gate, you will get D bar. Here I need only one NAND gate to get A bar. If I give A, you will get A bar here. B directly I can give here. So total I require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 NAND gates are required to realize this particular minimized expression. So this is one way of doing, right? So now let us try the other way, right? So the other way is to consider the expression, and by applying De Morgan's theorem, you can represent this particular minimized expression in only NAND logic. Okay, that is, apply double complement to this F so that the same logic will be there. So that means you will get same F. There is no change in the logic. BD, B bar D bar plus A bar B double complement. And why you are applying this double complement? The reason is, whenever you want to represent any function in NAND logic, you already know NAND logic is nothing but something like this, X, Y bar. So that means you must have the variables with the dot operator and a complement. There is no plus, right? Only you have to represent the function in terms of dot operation and complement. So for that reason, if I am using this double bar, so that I can break down this inside complement with the help of De Morgan's theorem. What is De Morgan's theorem? X plus y whole bar is equal to x bar dot y bar, right? X bar dot y bar. So that I can write down BD bar dot B bar D bar dot A bar B. This bar is, you must write on top of this. Okay, so now this is in the form of x, y, z whole bar, and this x is corresponding to BD bar, which is also a NAND logic. Y is corresponding to B bar and D bar, B bar and D bar. Sorry, here you need to represent one bar. Here also you need to represent a bar, right? So when you break this, as per De Morgan's theorem, this bar is given to BD, and this bar is given to B bar D bar, and this bar is given to A bar B, and this plus will be replaced with the dot. Okay, so now this is the expression. Just now we have drawn the same expression we got here, right? What is that? You require one NAND gate with 3 inputs. One is X, and other is y and other is z. And what is x? BD bar. For that you require one more NAND gate with inputs BD, so that you will get BD bar, that is x. Next for y, again you require a NAND gate with inputs B bar D bar, so that you will get B bar D bar whole bar. Next for z, you require two inputs, that is A bar and B, so that you will get A bar B whole bar. This is your z and this is your y, so that you will get final xyz whole bar expression, that is nothing but your f, right? Next thing, in order to represent B bar and D bar, just now I explained how to get B bar. You can give B to one NAND gate, so that you will get B bar. And how to get D bar? If you give one D to NAND gate, you will get D bar. Same thing. If you give A, you will get A bar. Okay, you have to remember here, two inputs you need to combine and you need to give to one variable, so that you will get complement of that particular variable. So this is other way, right? And if you have any doubts related to this particular NAND logic realization and the previous one, this one, how to know the essential and non-essential. See, in this problem, I mean for this expression, we got two essential prime implicants and two non-essential prime implicants. And if you are considering one non-essential prime implicant, other non-essential prime implicant is becoming redundant here for this problem. But for other problems, the scenario might be different. If you have any doubts or if you come across any other problems related to this kind of K-map minimization, you can use the comment section to post your question. Thank you so much.